Hello BookTube. Now I've seen a few people do the Tell Me the Truth book tag. I think it is the in tag on BookTube at the moment. I think it's a really interesting tag. I'm just enjoying seeing the different mentalities that people have towards the videos that they watch on BookTube. I was tagged by Jolene at Bookworm Adventure Girl. She is the queen of Canadian literature, and the tag was created by Shannon's Bookish Musing and Music. Do your friends, families, co-workers know about your BookTube channel? If so, do they watch you? They do know about my BookTube channel. I started this with my wife, who proceeded to tell everybody before I even made a decision about whether I would tell people about it or not. Basically, if you want to keep a secret, you have to tell Nell that it's a secret. She wanted to scream it from the rooftops so that everybody would subscribe, so she did. My sister watches some of my videos. I don't know how many. I occasionally get a comment from Robin, so thank you, Robin, if you're watching today. We get comments from young Ferg and Emily, who are the children of one of Nell's best friends, and they are just delightful and funny little rascals. When watching BookTube videos, do you ever speed them up to save time? Always. There are very few times that I don't watch you all on double speed. That's just what it is. I can't watch you on double speed if I put you on the big TV, which through Chromecast, because Chromecast doesn't let you speed things up because, you know, Google is basically incompatible with Google. That's just how it works. The other exception will be if you do a lot of editing or you are vlogging. If you've got some nice pictures of scenery or of art or of your dog or cooking or your garden or whatever it is, I want to see what you're showing me. Do you watch videos from all the booktubers you subscribe to? All of their videos or just some? Basically, for everybody I'm subscribed to, the answer is just some. There are people who just some is basically every video they make. And there are some people who just some is once every 6 months. And there are people all sorts of in between. Here's how I pick my video to watch. I think this points out that an area that BookTube could really improve upon. I'm sort of going to be critical of BookTube as a whole in the hope that people will take this as constructive feedback that they can improve their channel with. Every morning, I will go to my subscriptions feed and I will scroll through it, and there will be 20 or 30 videos, and I will make a mental note of whose video I want to watch. There will be significantly more if I'm doing that on a Saturday morning, for example, than if I'm doing it on a Wednesday morning. And I'm really judging those videos based on the title and thumbnail and the length of the video, because that's all the information you get. But I think that BookTube is terrible at doing the basics for title and thumbnail. Look, let's be frank. I participate in the community. I watch a lot of videos. You know, I'm definitely very active, and I definitely have bookish friends. And I have channels that I know are good content and that I care more about those channels. And once I have learnt a booktuber's likes and dislikes, once I have gotten accustomed to their sense of humor and so on, I am much more likely to watch that BookTube channel. So what you need to do as a booktuber is give me a reason to want to click on your channel. Nobody is good at explaining to me why I should click on a video. It's sort of like the assumption, like I am doing this because everybody else does this and I expect to get views from it. And it's not really how it works. Let me give you an example of something I absolutely hate and I basically will never click on. Here we have a pile of books, and let's pretend this is a thumbnail. Now, you can't see what these books are, so why would you ever click on them? If I just simply do this, you can see what the books are, and that will give you an extra reason to click on it. If you want to know what my opinion of Richard Powers' The Overstory is, for example, I haven't read it and I desperately want to read it and I never quite got to it, but like this, that can be any book. I don't care what you're reading. I care what you say about what you're reading. I care whether I'm going to read the books that you have read. If when I'm looking at your video, I don't know why I should click on it, then that makes me think that you don't know it. And then that makes me think that the whole video, you don't have a point to making it, that you're just making it to keep up with the Joneses, that you're just producing content in the hopes of getting more views. A booktuber who has considered why I might wish to click on their video and has created a thumbnail that captures that idea, that is a booktuber that has considered the content that they have created, and that is a booktuber who is in all likelihood created a much better video. And some booktubers are funny, and some booktubers are interesting, and some booktubers are cozy and know what it is that you bring. Consider why I'm clicking on that video when you create your thumbnail. I look at 30 thumbnails a day, and I probably watch 3 or 4 videos a day. I think that is something that I really wish BookTube would improve. I think the BookTube, we're not in competition with other booktubers. It might feel like that. You're in competition with Uncle Roger, and you've got to consider, am I going to watch a TBR video of yours, or am I going to watch Uncle Roger roast Jamie Oliver's inability to make egg fried rice? I think we all know the answer to that. If you don't know why people are watching your videos, then you fucked up. Do you subscribe to everyone who subscribes to you, or only channels you really want to see? If you comment on my video, I will check out your channel. That does not mean I will subscribe to you. Most of the time, if you are watching my content, I will subscribe back and I will watch back, but only where there is a genuine interest. I'm not going to subscribe to a channel in a sub for sub fashion. In fact, the very fact that people do this, even subconsciously, is terrible for your channels. If you have a video that goes out to 1,000 people and only 4 people click on it, then the algorithm thinks that's a bad video. So you want to have people that are engaging with your content. So don't do it. Unsubscribe from the channels you don't watch. You are not helping those channels. If I get 30 unsubs from this video, I know why now. But I think that you want your videos to be pushed by the algorithm to get more subscribers. Do you subscribe to booktubers based more on content or personality? Bit of both. If you are a funny booktuber, if you are a booktuber who has a big personality, I would definitely watch that. If you're a booktuber who is talking about books that I'm interested in, then I want to hear what you're saying. But I think that it needs to be a bit of an element of both. And some booktubers definitely more personality, some booktubers definitely more about the books they're talking about. Look, it's not personality, it's not the books they're talking about, but it's how you talk about books that I care about. If you are reviewing books just by repeating the synopsis, just by summarizing the plot, then why do I care? That doesn't tell me enough to make me want to buy a book. It doesn't get me to think back to the book that I might have read and expand upon the themes. It doesn't add to the quality of the reading experience. You need to provide something in that value for me to really like your channel. That's what I think a good video is. I don't think it's about the style of books you read or whether you've got a big personality or not. I think it's about whether you say things of interest. I think if you make cookie cutter content and you just copy what everybody else is saying about a book, then you're not going to get views. Do you listen to BookTube while doing other things, or do you sit and watch videos? Depends on the video, but the answer is basically, yeah, I am usually doing something else. There are some videos that you need to watch, though. There are some videos that require screen time. Tag some booktubers. I want to tag a couple of smaller booktubers. That's a little bit of a shout out because I think that they're making good content and that you should check them out. I'd like to tag Kit and her channel Kit Reader. She's reading along with the Woman's Prize, and I just think that if you're watching this channel, she is the sort of booktuber who you might be interested in checking out. And go along and check out her channel, and maybe she'll do this tag in a week or two's time. And I'd like to tag Hannah from Savage Reads. She is a booktuber who is, I think she's American or maybe Canadian, or I don't know. some nationality that isn't Spanish, but she is from Barcelona at the moment. She's in Barcelona at the moment. And again, I think that if you like the sort of books that I like, that you will have something in common with Hannah. And she has unfortunately named herself the same name as a much larger BookTube channel, but with a slightly different spelling of it.